my name's Corvus, and I'm the Primarch of the Scorched Brotherhood, a Salamanders PvP group here in the VRChat Warhammer community. If you include all of our Successor chapters, we got approximately 200 people as of right now, and yeah, we like to do PvP stuff with each other and with other groups, and we just kind of like to mess around and have fun, I guess, and like shoot stuff because we're cool and awesome in that way. But yeah. Ooh. So initially we were a pure Deathwatch group. That was back in like February. I think it's been a while now. And we noticed over time it wasn't really working out very well. We got to a decent size, but it just kind of became clear there's this like, a lot of people are they're not super eager to join a Deathwatch. A lot of people think it's going to be too hardcore and whatnot. And we were short on avatars as well, so we were like, well, Salamanders are pretty cool and they got a lot of avatars, so let's be the big green guys, you know? Yeah, that's basically what happened. It's been working out for us pretty well ever since. We grew pretty exponentially within a couple months, and yeah, and we have no shortage of avatars now, pretty much. We're mostly just getting avatars made because we have the ability to now. So it's yeah, it's pretty cool. Ooh. Well, at first it wasn't much of a choice. I basically inherited this group from someone else who has since left the community. They didn't want to do it no more, so I was kind of next in line, and I checked around. No one else wanted to do it, so I was like, all right, I'll just do it. I'll be the leader. And it's basically stuck ever since. So with the help of my many incredible HRs, I think we're doing a pretty good job leading things, and it's really, yeah, it's fun. I've gotten to know a lot of people through it, and it's been a good time. It's been a good time. Well, I think I already mentioned before the Deathwatch since February, but the we became Salamanders in I'm trying to think here. It's been at least a few months. I think maybe either early August or late July. I think we've been a good few months now. We've been Salamanders, and that's when we've made most of our progress, I'd say. So as a whole, it's a really mixed bag, and I think a lot of it depends on how you interact with it and whatnot. I feel like the energy you give into it is going to be energy you're going to get back if you're really like try-hardy about it, and you can maybe find yourself in some pretty toxic parts of the community. But if you're more chill and open to meet people and learn and whatnot, then you'll find a lot of people who are cool and willing to teach you things, and you can learn from and teach them things as well. And so overall, I'd say it's really cool if you know how to navigate it, and as long as you can meet a lot of cool people, and I made a lot of friends through it. Most of my friends, honestly, these days on here, I made through the Warhammer community. So honestly, I owe a lot to the community, even with its flaws. And yeah, it ain't perfect, but you can still have some pretty cool experiences with it and meet a lot of cool people. So I think with improvements and with time, it could honestly reach a pretty great place, honestly. It just, yeah, needs time to improve. I've been in the community since last July of 2023, so about a bit under a year and a half now, so not too long, but kind of long as well. Long enough to consider myself a veteran, I think. But yeah, not as long as a lot of other veterans. But I plan on being here for a while longer. Ooh, alright. That's a good one. If you're first getting into it, first thing you should do is find someone who's already experienced with it and they can help you navigate it, because I remember my scout days, and this community, when you first come into it, it can seem pretty gargantuan in scale, and it can be pretty overwhelming. So definitely find someone to help you navigate, teach you, what's the difference between a legion and an imperium, what are all these groups, what's all their dynamics and whatnot. And one thing I would say is do not lead a group right away. No, do not lead a group right away. You're gonna need your time to learn. You're gonna need your time to grow in the community and meet people and make connections. But as long as you stick with it and remain just determined, you can get pretty far. You make the right connections. You can rank up and stuff. You can meet a lot of cool people, make good friends, and most importantly, have a good time. And hopefully you can make a pretty positive contribution to the community as well. So yeah, remain determined and be open to advice, and have your friends with you along the way, and you'll be going places.
I'm Gerg. And my role is that I used to be a Centurion captain, but I recently got upgraded to Pyre Guard captain. So. Technically, I was in it before it was a Salamanders, when it was a Death Watch. So technically, if you want to count the entire time, this was my first ever group, so 9 months exactly. But if we're talking about the Salamanders as a whole, probably for 3 months. It was all because of my buddy. I wasn't in this community at all. I didn't really care for it too much until my buddy was like, you should get on, after I told him I had a VR headset, because they used to be the second in command back when it was Death Watch. And I just naturally kind of grown to like the people. I didn't expect to. I honestly thought most VR chatters were just kind of weird. But that's kind of why I got into it, was friends. So. I enjoy it pretty well. There's not any people I don't really care for or in the Salamanders at all. Like, I think everybody's pretty cool. It's like kind of like a small little family in a way. It's alright. It's interesting. We're definitely in the dark ages, and I have a feeling that there's going to be this big boom coming where like new people are going to join, and we're going to see new leaders, and we're going to reach this like new renaissance, and it's going to be better. But we're definitely not in a good point. There's a lot of interesting folk out there, and yeah, but there are good people too, definitely. And I'm glad that I've met more good people than bad people. That's a lucky thing, so. Like I said, 9 months. So I'm about ready to, explode, yeah. Don't. I'm joking. Definitely find a friend who's into it, and if you don't have a friend, then find like a very big community that is like safe, because a lot of them aren't, and that's a great way to get into the community, especially if somebody takes you on and mentors you with the community. That's a great way to get in, and that's kind of what happened to me. So
I'm Outlaw Shadow, or Shadow. I am the chapter master of the Dark Krakens. The Dark Krakens are a successor of the Salamanders, being a more of a chaotic version of the Salamanders, being more brutal and less caring than the Salamanders, and that's pretty much what they are. Back when it was the Death Watch, I'm gonna say a little less than a month after it started, I became Apothecary Captain. And then for a while I was Apothecary Captain, so I became Salamanders, and I became the Dark Kraken Chapter Master. Well, the Primarch was a close friend of mine for a while. Actually, he was part of the first Legion I was ever in Warhammer, so he whenever I came back from a little retirement I had, he kind of just was there, and I just kind of joined. I mean, it's fine. I mean, there's been ups and downs, like when we had to switch, but other than that, it's been fine. We have fun. I mean, as both Corvus and Gerg said, I mean, there's the bad parts, there's the good parts. It just matters where you are. I mean, like Gerg said, I do think one day either it's gonna fall or there's gonna be a bunch of new people and everyone's just gonna kind of, it's all just gonna kind of leave or quit, you know. I'm gonna guess, like, I think 2 months less than Primarch, because I was in a Grey Knights he was in, because he was originally in another group, which I think that lasted like a month or two. So I'm gonna estimate a little, like a year or so. As Gerg said, I recommend finding a close friend who's in it, or even finding one of the legions like that are like more respectful and less on the more aggressive and all about being good side. And if not, I mean, I don't recommend it other than that, because if not, you're just gonna get in the bad side. But that's probably how I'd recommend getting into it.
Well, I am Toilet Destroyer, and I was the second Primarch for the Scorched Brotherhood. Like the others, I've been here since the Deathwatch days. I think back in February, maybe. Well, I've always been very close friends with Corvus, and I seen he had a group running, and he was struggling a bit with it, so I decided to join to try and help him out a bit more, to grow his group out. Well, I think it is amazing. I think everyone in it is, as I've heard before, it's just we're all a very close family, and everyone just gets along, and we generally all just get together and have a bunch of fun together. I'm very undecided for what everyone else has already said. I think that the community as a whole, there is a lot of bad people in it, and there's a lot of the side to it that you wouldn't want to be a part of, but there's always that side that is good, and you know, it's better to stay on that side, you know? So it's a very mixed bag, I think. I would say maybe roughly 4 years, I would say. I've lost track of exactly how long, but if I was given a rough estimate, I'd say about 4 years. Get to know people, and once you get trained enough, you know, once you finally put your foot into the community, once you've grasped just how really big it is, you know, make a name for yourself and just have as much fun as you can.
So I can't talk about special friend of mine. Damn, I want to make fun of I hate my special friend so much, unbelievably. Not naming names, but he's right there. What a great interview! Oh, I realized I'm shaking. You're just that intimidating of an interview. Capital for Emperor. No, it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be. I'm gonna beat you.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Unsubscribe from this channel. Do it
unsubscribe
now,
immediately.
please. God.
Yeah.
Please.
So, ignore what these
subscribe,
guys
hit the
said.
notifications.
They haven't taken their meds today. Listen to me. Subscribe to this person. They're cool. They're awesome.
I'm clearly off
And,
my medication.
They're cool. And if you don't subscribe, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna hunt you down. Okay, I'm gonna hunt you down. I'm gonna fucking hunt you down.
I'm going to.
You don't want to know what's gonna
back.
happen. You don't want to fucking know what's gonna happen when that happens. Okay. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.